Excellent. So if you guys remember, a couple weeks ago, we did a values elicitation. And I want to go back to what that means is, guys, we are, based on our childhood, based on how we were raised, based on our parents, based on, socioeconomic, like how we were raised, we start to establish core values, and it permeates every bit of our DNA. Is like, these are the filters of which we experience life. And so the truth is we start to get into, you know, the core values. When Let me give you a perfect example. So when we're feeling really great about something, like we're feeling in the flow, like we're feeling motivated, we're feeling excited about something. Has everyone experienced that? Raise a hand. Yeah, like you feel it. The truth be told, at a neuroscience level in your brain, you are absolutely being connected exactly to the core value. So what you're feeling is being connected to what's happening and what you're thinking. And it's the most amazing experience. So people can understand that. Like, you've been in the flow, you feeling good, right? So the goal is, on step one of values elicitation, is our goal is to be able to identify what our core values are. Now, here's the misconception, is that people think they know what their core values are. Oh, it's this or it's that, but until you do a full values elicitation, you don't really know what your values are at the unconscious level. So the whole premise of this session and our values elicitation is to be able to establish what are our core values at the deepest level of ourselves. And the goal is to be able to align what we do on a daily basis to what those core values are. And when you're in alignment with the core values, you are feeling the benefit to you, to the person. You're feeling fulfilled. You're feeling inspired. You're feeling, energetic. Like it feels good. Like something feels right. I'd probably say that's the best terminology. Is it just feels good. It feels right when you're in alignment with core values. So the whole reason I coach on this, and the whole reason I bring this up, is whatever business you're in. It could be real estate, it could be sales, it could be whatever, relationships. We feel better as humans when we're in alignment with our core values. It's what we stand for. It's what matters to us most. It's how we interpret everything we're experiencing in life. So I'm a huge advocate in regards to what core values are and how they impact our lives. Because I was going to say, I strongly believe, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, number one, awareness is the first step to change. When you know what your core values are, but then once you align with those core values, oh my God, it's breathtaking. It's the most amazing thing in the world. Like, you feel, what's the word? Help me out. I feel You feel good. You feel you're in the
You
right
feel
mood.
natural.
Feel natural. Bettina, you feel true to yourself. I love that. Like, be true to thyself is the most important thing, because that's where your power is, right? When you don't have to be somebody else or put on a facade or anything. Like, you're true to yourself. So that is the essence of core values. Is everybody following with me right now? How important these are? That's awesome. Okay. So, Eli, my friend, we talked earlier. Thank you so much for being part of this. You are making a massive impact in people's lives.
Oh my God,
So
thank you.
oh, it's a pleasure. We elicited your core values a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
And do you remember what those core values were?
Oh, family? That's the first one, always stands out for me. family and teamwork, harmony, purposefulness,
Yep.
inspiration. But
We
the
have
main
family.
one for me is always around family and teamwork.
Okay. So we had family, teamwork, harmony,
Harmony.
purposefulness,
Mm-hmm. But
inspire.
inspired. Oh, I have it right here. Resilient, reliable, and valuable. Yeah. For some reason, it's still the family and teamwork and harmony, they kind of go together, right?
Let's say that one more time.
Family, teamwork, and harmony, they kind of blend together.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's a question for you. Why not?
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. They go together.
They do go together. So we get down to some core values, and that's the whole point. We're getting down to core values. So family, teamwork, and reliability, was it?
Yeah.
Those go together. And that's okay. There's nothing, everything is going to be fluid here. So here, guys, what we're going to do today is we are going to step into part 2 of the values elicitation. So now that we've identified what Eli's core values are, we're actually going to put together a plan and go through a process of how we can start aligning what we do, our activities, our goals, everything to our core values. Could you imagine for a moment? I always like to use this example. Eli, I'd like to offer you a brand new job. Okay? I'd like to offer you a brand new job. Eli, this job, it's going to require teamwork.
Okay.
It's going to be something that you can support your family with.
Okay.
It's not only that, it's going to be all encompassing where it's going to provide harmony
Okay.
in your family, in your career. So they're going to be connected. Also, the job that I'm going to offer is going to have a lot of purpose. You're going to be impacting people's lives at a very, very high level.
Okay.
You are not only going to be inspired with what you're doing, but the job I'd like to offer you is you are going to be inspiring others.
Okay.
It does take a certain level of resilience to be able to do this job. But the great thing about it is resilience that you find within yourself will be the resilience that you're going to elicit from others. You're going to help other people find their resilience. It's also going to be a job that you are going to be proven to be reliable in. You'll be high valued, but at the same time, you are going to be eliciting and inspiring that with others. Let me ask you, Eli, would you like more information about this job I'm about to offer you?
I'll do it for free. Sign me up.
That's it. Hey guys, I use that example because the truth is, when we are in alignment with our core values, absolutely, we can be so fulfilled. So just like Eli said just now, we, in alignment with our values, are not only fulfilled at a personal level, we are fulfilled at a higher level. And it's something fun. We're something excited. That's why I was so passionate about real estate, because I don't talk about transactions. You guys know me by now. I talk about the impact we can make in people's lives, the story that we can tell in people's lives. That's how powerful this is.
Yep.
So Eli, you ready to go, my friend?
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay. So
For
Eli,
some reason, I don't see you. I only see a black screen for you.
are you serious?
I don't know if everybody else see you, but I don't see you. I see everybody
Bettina,
else,
do you
but
see me? Bettina, do you see me? Yep, you can see me okay?
Yeah, I see you.
All right.
oh, I see you now. Oh, it went away. Let's see if I put the.
Let me see if right now. You see me?
I see you in the little
You
one.
see
Okay.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this is part 2 of values elicitation. This is where we really, now that we have identified what Eli's, and Eli, thank you so much for being such an awesome person and
Oh,
awesome man, and being able to be vulnerable up here and in front of this. But I will tell you this, very powerful exercise. And for everybody on this call today, July 18th, 2024, I will be willing to do a free values elicitation for all of you, part 1 and part 2. So thank you for being part of this. Tatiana, Cole, Bettina, Eli, we're in process. I want to
yes,
offer that.
sir.
Okay. So Eli, so being, and I'll be taking notes and stuff like that. So I would love you to tell me, what are the 3 most important goals? We have elicited your values in the area of your business.
Hmm.
So let's continue on that with the
Okay.
area of your business. You know, you can elicit values in the area of relationships, health, spirituality, you know, all these different areas. But specifically for this session, we've done this in business, which they
Okay.
overlap. So Eli, I'd love for you just to share with me your top 3 goals from a business standpoint.
From a
And keep
business
them general.
standpoint.
Don't get too specific. Keep them general.
Hmm.
Like, what do you want to do? Be known for? What do you want to create?
Well, the one thing I want to create is the unbreakable fathership that we talk many times.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that helping fathers with their families and their business goals and having clarity.
Okay. Perfect. What else? Number 2, from a
Number
career
2.
standpoint, we're talking about business, Eli. Number
Okay.
2.
Number 2, career standpoint. I continue to grow myself, learning, continuing my career in the area of psychology. Since we work with people, I believe psychology helps us even better understand others. Uh, and in the real estate world, uh, there is nothing we do more than talking to people and understanding others.
Right.
So
I love
that's
it.
number 2, continue to grow myself.
Number 3.
Number 3, uh, to build a business that is independent of my time so I can be even more present with my family.
I love how you said that. Sorry, I'm taking notes, guys. Perfect. Thank you. So, Eli, thank you for that. So, I just want to recap with you. Your goals in the area of business and career in your life are, number 1, unbreakable fathership, which I know Eli is a phenomenal platform. That's a community and it's resources and it's so much, but it's really helping men be better fathers, navigate through complexities, all of that. It's an entire business that he's working on. Number 2, he wants to, in his career, be able to grow and learn, especially in the area of psychology, being able to understand others, but at the same time, being able to help others, be better equipped to help others and know himself as well. And then number 3, I'm
Understanding
sorry.
understanding other people better. Yeah.
Yeah, understand others better.
Okay.
Perfect. Number 3, be able to build a business that's independent of his time so that he can be present with his family.
Yes.
Is that accurate, Eli?
Yes, sir.
Who would love businesses like that? I would. I would. So let's do this. First step, I want to ask you, unbreakable fathership on a scale from 1 to 10, Eli, how does that meet the need for family, teamwork?
Oh, it's fits right in because what I do in the Unbreakable Fathership program exactly what I apply in my family.
Okay.
And
So you're
I
saying that
learned
there is a correlation between what you're doing in your business of unbreakable fathership with what you're doing in your family.
exactly, yes, yes,
Would you agree then that by pursuing unbreakable fathership, you're absolutely hitting on your core value of family, team, harmony? Is it purposeful?
oh yes,
You're pursuing a business that's ultimately
hmm
going to impact your family and impact others.
hmm yes,
Does that inspire you?
oh yes, very much.
Yep.
Inspired me because of the big goals behind it. That is
Hmm.
not just to become a better father myself, because when you are learning and trying to teach at the same time as you learn, you become better, but also creates a bigger impact in our society and
Yeah.
in your community. So yes, it inspired me.
Does that, and I want to reframe what you said, is you're not only inspiring your family with this
Mm,
business, you're
yeah.
inspired, it's purposeful, but
hmm
you're also in the place of being able to leave a legacy, something bigger that than you ever would, that is going to live on for generations to come.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you something.
Mhm.
Doing something like that, does that make you feel that you are reliable and valued?
Yes.
Would it? I mean, you're making a huge impact on society,
Yes.
huge impact on your family. Are
Yes.
you are you hitting the, are you really encompassing the core value of reliability and value
Yes. As I grow the business, yes.
as you grow the business, but even for
Mhm.
years to come as well?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Years ago.
One thing I love about this right now, and is I actually went through all the values with
Okay.
Eli. This endeavor has positioned him to be in core alignment with his core values. So I always say, why are core values important? We make big decisions in our life. We could go this direction, we could go to this direction, we go this direction. However, if we are in alignment with our core values, you cannot make a mistake because
Mm.
that is who you are. I want to jump to the next goal, Eli.
Mhm.
Grow yourself, learning, educating yourself, psychology, being able to understand others. Let's see how that relates to Eli's core values. Eli, from a standpoint of growing yourself and understanding others, how does that help your family?
Oh, because the more I grow myself, the better I learn to to help the members of my family understand each of them, their personalities, help me support them better uh, by educating myself and growing myself.
Okay. What about teamwork? I mean, you have a core value of teamwork. How does that
Yeah,
encompass teamwork?
yeah, the same, because when we grow ourselves and we develop ourselves more, especially with leadership skills, communication skills, we help the team stay together better,
As
support
somebody
us.
that knows you, when you're learning new skills and you're and empowering yourself and educating yourself, ultimately you're going to be a better husband, father,
Yes,
all of that.
yes.
Okay. What kind of harmony does that tap into when you're educating and growing yourself?
Hmm, kind of harmony. Well, if I know more and if I grow more, and I know how to deal with situations and learn how to support others, that supports harmony when there is conflict. For
Sure.
conflict resolution is
Okay.
what I'm trying to say. Yes.
And also, when you're educating yourself, you're learning more tools, more skills to be able to handle more situations,
Yes.
which ultimately leads to harmony.
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. How are you tapping into the purposefulness of the core value within yourself when you're educating yourself and learning ways to help other people at a higher level?
Well, because every time I think about growing myself and learning something new, it's always with the purpose of helping others better. So some of the books that I read most of the times is either around parenting or about business or personal growth. And those tools that I learned from books, courses, certifications, whatever, help me always help others better. Every time I
Okay.
learn something new, I try to think, how do I apply it? And who could benefit from knowing something about this? Or what situation that I have gone through could have been
Right.
better if I knew this before? And how can I apply this in the future on other situations? So usually when I'm learning, it's with a purpose behind like that to help others and be better prepared to deal with
Yeah.
things.
I love how you said that too. Like you're absolutely being purposeful. So what I'm hearing is that you are, by learning from others,
Mhm.
their mistakes, their successes, you're very purposeful with your education in growing yourself to be able to pass that along to what you're doing, what your kids are doing, what your family is doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Last one. Building your business independent. This is one of your goals of your time. How does that goal align with your core values? Let's start with family.
Hmm. Well, since I value my family so much, and pretty much all I want to do is be at the body and be there when they need me. Uh,
Mhm.
the more I can free my time to be with them, the better impact I can have in my family, my children when growing up, my wife, and and the whole family as a core all together.
What type of core value does teamwork relay in that as well? Being independent of your work.
Well, because they will allow me to be more present in the team when the team needs me. When there's certain situations, I'm able to be present and make up for the things that we need to as a team.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
What about purposefulness? Are you in alignment with when you're running a business that's independent of your time? How purposeful do you have to be? How much are you tapping on that value?
And that value, well, I really need to be purposeful because I might be doing some sacrifices now, but it's because of the purpose of at some point the business is gonna grow to the point that my time gets free up a little more.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you something. How are you feeling overall in regards to talking about your values right now?
Hmm. So values, it's always something that I like to revisit. Always something like I like to reconnect. Sometimes we think values changes some for time to times, and sometimes we have a value like you mentioned in the family or business oriented or spiritual.
Hmm.
So I always feel good about talking about values. Yeah, if I have to always choose one, it will be the value of family and harmony. Uh,
Sure.
that go together,
I love it.
and
I love
then
it.
everything else needs to align with that. Mhm.
Okay. So I want to move on to the next stage. Eli, you're doing a great job. Everybody, are you hanging in there with us? So right now, what we're doing is we are aligning. We're looking at Eli's business goals and we're aligning those to make sure that they are in alignment with the values that he has, that his core values. And here's Eli, I want to pick apart one thing that you said. You like to revisit your values from time to time.
Mhm.
Truth is, you don't have to revisit those. They're already a part of you at all times. They are the underlayment of everything that you are. So they are there no matter whether you pay attention to them or not. The secret with values is when things happen in our life, how are you interpreting those through your values? Is it moving
Okay.
you away from your family or closer? Is it moving you away from independence in your business or closer? Is it, are you not growing as an individual or not? Like that's the thing. Like they're always there. The question is we don't have to tap into them, revisit them and stuff like that. They're always there. They are the
Mhm.
governing source of who is you based on your past experiences, how you're raised, what you value, what you believe, your belief system. They're so powerful. So they're always there. So the whole goal of all of this is, hey, we know what we want. We want this. We want this goal. We want this. We want to feel this way. Why not be able to have that access, the direct access to make sure that, hey, we are so crystal clear on our core values that we know if we're hitting those or not. That's like when you meet somebody and you just don't get a good feeling. Have you anyone done that before? Like you met somebody and you just don't really get a good vibe? That is completely aligned to your values. For some reason or another, that person, whatever you got from them, whatever vibe you got from them, does not align with your values. That's how important this is. So I wanted to share with you that your values exist. They're always there. It's becoming aware of those and now being able to align with those. And then that's what catapults you to success and fulfillment. All right, Eli, you doing good?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So I want to go through one more process with you
Okay.
because after our step two, we have literally we've identified. Would you agree that we've identified that your values do align greatly with your business of unbreakable fathership,
Yes, sir.
growing yourself,
Yes,
and
sir.
building a business that's independent of time?
Yes, sir.
Your values are in agreement with that.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to start, and this is a process that's very powerful. It's called rewinding the story. Do you guys agree that our brains, we have so much information coming in that we delete, distort, and generalize information, and we create stories in our brain? This happened. Oh my God, we developed this story. Do you guys relate to that? My dad wasn't good to me when I grew up. I'm not worth anything. Like we relate to stories, right? Like that's how our brains work, is we create a story around everything. Let's use real estate. Oh my gosh, the seller, I couldn't sell the house. The market's bad, but the seller says it's my fault. And I tell myself a story that I'm not a good real estate agent, right? Like we create stories. Like stories are really, really important. So I want to rewind the story. And this is a very, very powerful technique. Eli, thank you for volunteering. You're amazing. So I want to ask you about your development of unbreakable fathership.
Mhm.
What would you like to have happened in the end?
Mm.
I
What's
want you
the
to,
end? I don't understand. At the end.
so what would you like to have happened as a result of you developing Unbreakable Fathership, the platform, the community, the course, the book, everything? What would you like as the result of that?
As a result, inspire dads in the community.
Okay,
Uh,
keep going.
Create this community of support for men and husbands. The big result that will come out of that in the long run is to reduce the divorce rates and build stronger families. So I don't really think there is an end, but an ongoing vision.
So just to recap, the results of your goal of developing unbreakable fathership really comes down to reducing the divorce rate and building stronger families. And you do that by inspiring men and creating opportunities for that.
Yes.
Okay.
Creating a support system for men.
And a support system. Okay.
Mhm.
What actions could be done to make that happen? Like if that is the absolute result, that you have literally developed a system to reduce the divorce rate, build stronger families, inspire men, create a system to support men, what actions are required for that? What could have been done?
Education. And I say that because that's exactly the process I went through to becoming the person and the father and the husband I am today. Was that I had to go through a process of developing myself.
Okay.
And that began with learning, the same intention of growing myself. That's what I believe has to happen in today's community for men. Of
Okay.
course, with every social issue, we can talk about so many things that they need to do or others have to make the job better. But if we don't have a education system for us, we're always going to be missing what we can do to make things better. So the one thing is education, and
I
that's
love
the foundation of the unbreakable fathership.
it. Okay. Perfect. So Eli, what would need to shift in how you see yourself or how you think you need to be to make that happen? What needs to shift? I'm rewinding your story.
What needs to shift? If there is something that needs to shift, is I need to gain more confidence. So let's say even more confidence in myself to do this, because I don't know if it's a normal thing that anybody who's a parent and then suddenly have something to share with other parents. Sometimes we feel, hey, I'm not an expert in the field to share about this or to teach other about this. So if something needs to shift, is to get the confidence and the mentality that I don't need to be an expert. Nobody ever become an expert at parenting or relationships, but it's an ongoing process. And that is one thing that sometimes holds me back on moving forward, is because sometimes I get those feelings, hey, I'm not an expert. I still have challenges in my families. No family is ever perfect.
Perfect.
And when I hit those moments, it's when I question myself. And that's the one shift that I believe needs to happen to move this forward.
Yeah. Well said. So, how would you have to see yourself differently or think about yourself differently to make that result happen?
I just need to accept that I'm sharing because I care and because I learned something already. Uh, Not that I need to wait to know it all before I start helping others. Other people need our help. Even if we don't know everything, we can learn with a little bit. The goal is to learn a little bit and teach or share a little bit to
Yeah.
move forward.
How does that meet your value of being purposeful?
Yeah, that's the purpose behind it. That every time I'm gonna speak to somebody or uh, share something around the subject, knowing that the purpose is to help other and not to just look like I know everything, everything changes, because the purpose is the help the other person is going to receive. It's not about how much I know, how much I need to learn, but what the other person needs in that moment that can help them. That if I don't
So it's
share it, yeah, it's like I'm not being driven by that purpose of helping others.
so it's not about you, it's about them.
It's about them. The
About
big
them.
purpose is to help them.
How much resilience does that take as a person to be able
Oh,
to step outside yourself and be able to really, hey, I don't know everything. I'm not the authority, but this is what I'm passionate about, and I want
oh,
to help.
oh, it takes a lot of resilience. Even when I started sharing a few videos on social media about unbreakable fathership, I did get some comments from some haters that there are
Mhm.
always some haters, and that's when my resilience got tested. Because yes, I know I'm not an expert, and here I am sharing something that helped me, and I believe that can help others. And then somebody comment like, "Hey, this is a fool. This is a crazy guy trying to do something on social media." And I had the moment, that thought, maybe I should just quit. I'm not cut out for this. This is the feedback I got. So, so it requires a lot of resilience.
Right.
Yeah.
But the resilience as a core value of yours drives
Mhm.
you. Is that
Drive
correct?
me. Yes, yes.
I mean, if everything was so easy, no haters on social media, they all love you, that wouldn't fulfill you actually. Would you agree with
No, yes. If they all love me, they probably don't have the courage to tell me what I can improve. That's how I see it.
but you want to meet the need of self-improvement. You want
Mhm.
to meet the need. That is part of one of your goals.
Yes,
So without the resilience, you don't get the self-improvement.
exactly. Without the
Every-
resilience.
Everybody, what I'm doing right now is I'm tapping in to Eli's goals. I'm tapping in and reconnecting his core values at a high level where we can make haters from an online standpoint be drivers.
Mhm.
It's very, very powerful. So what we're doing right now is we are shifting how we how we um how we perceive things that are happening in our life and being able to turn those around into drivers of how we can, oh my gosh, like totally move forward at a high level. It's
Mhm.
a very, very powerful technique. Eli, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this. Based on what you've said so far, putting yourself out there, your concerns with being an authority or not, what new story could you create as a result of reducing the divorce rate and building stronger families at a high level?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question?
Yeah, what story can you create about yourself?
Mm.
Because the result is, in the result that you have reduced the divorce rate, you have built stronger families.
Mhm. Well, the story I need to create to myself is I don't need to become an authority. I just need to know that right now I could be the one person to help another person, and not about helping the whole entire world in one day, but just being that person who could be the one who helped one person. And then that person can multiply the impact moving forward. So that's the story that I tell myself. Uh, that I don't need to be an authority, just need to be the one person to help one person.
That's awesome. And what would you observe if that is the case? What would you observe about yourself if that's the case?
Then I think that relieves the fear of not being an expert on the field. That relieves the fear of whatever might hold me back in that sense, because my purpose then is just to help one person at a time.
So I want to tap into, what would you see visually as a result of thinking this way? How do you see yourself?
Well, I will see myself more confident to move forward, knowing that that's the purpose behind it. I will be fearless.
You'll be
If I
fearless.
fearless, yeah. If I see it that way, it's just helping one person at a time. Yeah, and
Your
that
head
person
would be,
found
from a visual cues, looking at yourself, you'd probably have really good posture.
Yeah.
What would you hear when you're thinking this new way? Like, what would you be telling yourself? What would you be hearing mostly?
I will be hearing, this person needs me. The person right in front of me needs me, and his family needs him. And I might be the one to tell him something that he can really impact his life and his family.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Are you coming from value?
Yes,
You're
yes,
hitting your core, like you feel like you're providing value.
yes,
Do you feel
yes,
like you're exceptionally purposeful?
yes,
Do you feel like you're trying to embed harmony with others as well?
yes, yes.
Does it take resilience? Not
Oh,
only the resilience you have, but the resilience that you need to instill in others.
oh, yeah, yeah. That's the mission of Unbreakable Fellowship is to raise the resilience, intentionality, and the positive impact. And resilience is first because of that. The way I say it is that you can teach a man how to fish, but unless we learn how to navigate through storms and challenges, our fishing and our lives will always be a risk, or we might be subject to poor performance if we don't learn to navigate through challenges. So, yeah,
Very well said.
resilience is super important
Awesome. So it's not only resilience for yourself, but resilience for
for
others.
all. Yeah.
And then finally, I just want to, the last question, and thank you guys for hanging in there with me because this is so important. Eli, what would you feel knowing that you're reducing the divorce rate? You're building stronger families. You're encompassing, the essence of, resilience, instilling resilience in others. You're inspiring them. You're inspiring others to be inspired for their families. What would you feel as a result of all of that?
I will feel uh, a lot of gratitude for all the men that are taking on the same journey, because that's not something I can accomplish by myself. It will require a lot of men to, and a lot of people to adopt that kind of thinking. And one thing I will feel is that I'm building, or we are building all together, a better world for our children and the future generations.
It takes teamwork.
It takes teamwork.
Does teamwork drive you?
Oh, yes.
Does family drive you?
Oh, yes.
Does adding value to people's lives, being
Oh,
reliable, drive you?
yes.
Inspiration
Inspiration. Yeah. Inspiration is that far away goal of
and
transforming
purposefulness
and
and
purposeful.
purposefulness. Do you feel like in this career you be purposeful?
It's all in one place.
It's all in one place. Guys, I want to thank you for going through this process. But what we've just witnessed is that by getting absolutely clear on our values, we are able to now identify what our values are, but also be able to actually put those in action and make big life choices. Hey, I want to do this. I want to follow this career path. I want to be successful in this. We're able to connect our core values to what we're doing. And when you're there, oh my gosh, how do you feel right now, Eli?
I feel pretty good. Actually, this
Well,
has
good.
been
Like, like I get that feeling every time, like when I've helped another client, real estate, non-real estate related, close on the house, or we've overcome a huge challenge. Like I have this feeling, this sense that comes over me, like, oh my
yeah,
God, that feels so good. I feel
yeah,
absolutely unstoppable.
yeah.
It
I'm gonna
is,
tell you what. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
please.
Sorry, I just had something to say. That the one thing I like about this values elicitation exercise and the way you did it is that sometimes we know, or we think we know, like you started saying, that we think we know our values, or we start thinking about things and we say, hey, I'm gonna think this way, but there is a gap between when we say ourselves, I'm gonna think about this, and when you have somebody asking you questions that you need to answer in the moment, because you kind of dive deeper into your thoughts and your values when you are faced in the situation where you need to answer. So that is one thing that I like about this exercise, about the values elicitation, to
Yeah,
be in one spot to answer those questions, to dive deep. If I do it on my own, I can probably stop thinking about it, or I can just let my mind wander. I go and say, hey, I come back next week, and or maybe next month I will be able to know my values or something like that. But when you have somebody going through the exercise with you, it's really, really, really valuable. Really
that's
good.
awesome. I
Thank you
appreciate
very
that,
much.
Eli.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do, nobody does great things on their own, right? We all need each other.
Mm,
Absolutely. And I always say it goes back to that thing, message in a bottle. How
mm.
on earth can you read the message when you're inside the bottle?
Inside the bottle. Oh, wow.
You can't. You need somebody else out there to help you extract that. So, anyway, I want to say thank you so much for this call. We're going to end it a little bit early, but the values elicitation, and for those of you on the call, I'm absolutely going to do this, for you. But when you can identify first what your values are and then really align it to what you want, you become, my friends, absolutely unstoppable. And that's what I want for you. Guys, thank you so much. We'll send out a recap